I was a bit flustered when we started because I just made a chocolate ripple cake.
Did you make it purely for your own satisfaction? Was an event coming up?
There's an event. My Swiss brother, Glenn. Has he been on this podcast? He's been on the
twin brother.
Glenn, has my twin brother been on this podcast?
Yes, he has. We rang him
Oh,
in
we did about
terms
Switzerland.
of keeping
Cats and Switzerland, wasn't it, or something?
Was it hamsters? No.
Cats
If you bought one, you had to buy two.
Yeah.
So they'd never be lonely.
Cats. Was that cats or was that hamster? Anyway, whatever. His son, Dante, who's like 21 or 22, I think he's a lawyer.
Wow.
He's become a lawyer in Switzerland, you know. Yeah.
Can you do the accent? Are we allowed to do that?
Yeah, we can do Swiss because, that's, he's my brother. He speaks like this. Anyway, Dontino is coming and like backpacking around Australia with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And so he's going to my brother Mark's tonight for a barbecue. And so making him a traditional Australian sweet.
Oh, you're going to take it to the barbecue?
Yeah, the chocolate ripple.
I was going to say, so he's going to barbecue at your brother's, and then when he comes to my place, we're going to give him a chocolate ripple cake. No, but if it's at the barbecue,
it's the sweet for the
And look, I applaud you. But
I was going to make a pav, but I ran out of time.
I don't know. I'm not a big
fan. I love pavs, but I made one at Christmas and it wasn't great.
It just feels like it's just a big spoonful of sugar.
Oh,
every bit of it feels like sugar to me.
It's the best.
But I'm on my own. But I don't want to diminish it.
Okay.
You got something to say about the chocolate ripple cake?
No, what would you... I mean, he wanted some Australian food. Because last time he came out, he was obsessed by bogans. And so he goes, I want to see some bogans in the wild, in the real. Like, where can I... Glenn, his dad, talks about bogans and like how he grew up in Ringwood with all the bogans. I want to see some bogans.
Well,
I was doing a gig in Ferntree Gully, which is the outer suburbs of Melbourne, up almost to the Dandenongs, really.
Yeah,
actually, it was Belgrave.
Yeah,
which is the Dan, and it was free to get in on a Thursday night, and there were guys in high vis. One of them started a fight, and I said, "They're bogans."
Yeah, bogans. It's a derogatory term, bogan, really.
Well, yeah, but people celebrate it.
They celebrate it now. But what would be the outfit that bogan would wear? Shirt with sleeves cut off, shorts, thongs.
Back in our day, my dad used to call them yahoos or Yahoo. They're bloody yahoos, and they had hotted up cars and they had mullets.
See, mullets are everywhere now, so you're not really a bogan. It's a fashion statement.
Go to Melbourne Grammar and have a mullet.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And all AFL players have them, but back in our day, you get on the train. And then these guys would get on in like the tight stretch jeans.
Yeah.
East Coast or West Coast wind cheater tight. And they'd have the mullet.
Yeah.
Moccasins or runners, Ugg boots.
Yeah.
And they were your classic bogan. But these days, it's all blurred, I reckon.
It's all blurred.
I think there are some giveaways that you are a bogan if you own a jet ski, for example.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's nothing good about a jet ski. Seriously, there's not.
No.
I mean, they're fun for about 10 minutes, seriously. But there's a lot of hooning and a lot of showing off. There's a lot of noise, pollution. Do
you get them down at your beach or
not
the one that you're private?
No, we welcome them because the lifeguards look for sharks on a jet ski.
Oh yeah, well same here. We have ones at Lawn. There's just like one
when they cruise past.
But are they banned? They're banned in Sydney Harbour, you know.
Oh yeah, but there are signs up where there's certain areas that they can and can't come.
But you go down the bay here in Melbourne, like at Rye and Rosebud, it's just jet ski central.
Was that you that said that it should be making a TV show about
boat ramp?
Boat ramp?
Yes.
People thinking how good they can back a boat into it, and all the things. Everyone's an expert.
It's like a reality show, Boat Ramp Wars, where you just film a boat ramp. Yeah, exactly. It'd be great.
You do think when you're on a jet ski, you go, "I'm king of the world. I'm pretty good." But then you go, "Oh,
I've never been on one." They're always hitting someone on the head, and there's like one or two deaths.
Why we swim with caps on that are coloured. Because for any sort of craft, you can't be seen. It's so easy to come up on a swimmer and hit them, let alone would you come up on fish life? I don't know, maybe you would. So, hey, if you've got a jet ski out there, just be careful out there.
Be careful out there. Yeah. This is a hard thing. So Dontino is in Melbourne for 4 days, right?
Yeah.
Well, what do you recommend he does in Melbourne? See, Sydney's easy. You go Sydney... Okay, you're going to go on the bridge. You go on the bridge climb if you really can. You go to the Opera House. Yeah. It's so beautiful. You walk around there. You know, you can go to Bondi and have a surf in the middle of the city. You know, I'm selling Sydney. I don't even live in Sydney.
Yeah, I'm looking at the options. I'm looking at all those things you said.
St Kilda Beach.
Yeah, go and meet some bogans. Get on a jet ski. Get drunk. Get into a fight. Or chocolate ripple cake.
Chocolate ripple cake.
I don't know. I mean, I
think that's a bogan dessert. You got to say that's
of all the cakes to make. Is it pretty easy?
Oh, absolutely. That's why I made it.
Is it you just get a whole packet of chocolate ripple and put them in a thing, hold them together with cream?
Yep.
And put it in the freezer? No, in the
fridge.
In the fridge.
And a bit of fruit or, grated chocolate on the top.
But what does the cream go into the thing and stop it from just being crumbled? Does it solidify, does it?
What, have you never had a chocolate ripple cake?
I can't imagine cutting one. Do you cut it biscuit size?
No, you cut it down the line of the biscuits.
Yeah, but
So you get 2 biscuits with some cream. If you want a bigger spit, you get 3 biscuits. Yeah? You don't cut the biscuits in half.
Slightly offended that
that you don't know how to cut a chocolate ripple cake.
So does anything happen to the biscuit? Does it turn into cake?
Yeah, it gets soggy.
It gets soggy. There's
another term that we don't want to go into.
We just won't go into that.
Speaking of bogans.
Speaking of bogans. And there's something he could do on a weekend with his bogan friends.
Maybe he could do that. Maybe that's a bogan activity
How was your weekend, son? Dad, I played soggy biscuit. Who did you play soggy biscuit with? Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave. He gave me a soggy biscuit and told me to grow my hair and go out on a jet ski.
No, I've moved to Ferntree Gully, Dad. Well, we welcome him. Welcome to Australia, young Dontino.
And he's not staying with you, is he?
No, he could. He could have. He could have stayed down the beach. I don't know. He's staying in a hostel in the middle of Melbourne, which is Oh, why?
Well, he's with his people. He's 21. He's with his people.
Yeah,
they can do things and they'll go out.
Drunk.
At your place, they probably just.
What do they do? Have a chocolate ripple cake. Go home.
Yeah,
We're all in bed by 10.
Yeah,
we'll be liking that.
No, he's doing the right thing.
Where is the nightlife with the backpackers?
Yeah. So, Dante.
Dontino.
If anything comes up while he's here, we should ring him because he's a smart guy.
He'd probably love to meet you.
Why?
I don't think he's ever seen any of your work, but still, I could say Glenn is like a celebrity.
Well,
he's done a very classic bogan character called Russell Coit.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
What is the Russell Coit?
And maybe I could come round and I can
put the hat on.
Or put the hat on and slice off 2 biscuits at the same time.
What would be interesting? Yes. Is if he meets you and tries to guess what you do for a job, because he would have no idea, I reckon. Like, what do you reckon this guy does for a job?
Yeah. I'd have it on my phone ready to go.
Pharmacist?
Have a look at this bloke. Is that funny? What do you mean it's not funny? What do you mean it's cliche?
That's not
What's
funny.
Inappropriate? What do you mean? Get out. Get out of this country.
Take your chocolate ripple cake.
It should be part of coming to Australia that you should be able to answer a questionnaire about Uncle Arthur, about
Russell Coit,
about Spicks and Specks.
Oh, Kath and Kim.
About and some of yours.
The Nugget.
The Nugget.
That's very Australian. I assume he's seen that.
And do one Dave O'Neill joke.
Yeah, before he gets in.
What's your best joke?
I don't know. Fat jokes probably.
What do you want? I remember. You used to say, "Welcome to my 21st."
Oh yeah, that used to be my opener. Yeah, God, you've got a good memory. That was a long time ago. Thanks for coming to my 21st.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we didn't really peak there for the music to come in, did we?
Anyway, these days, let's say there's been a bit of a mix. I'm actually the stripper, so let's get into it. That's a good one. Oh, here's the music. Maybe I'll strip.
Welcome to Somehow Related Now. Please welcome your hosts Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
Anyway, welcome to the podcast. Here we are.
Good on you for being a family man. 2 topics, and we don't know why they're related.
But we've got to work out how they are.
Somehow related. Did you name the show?
Yeah.
Somehow related. You did, didn't you? It was all your idea. I just got on board.
Somehow related. Spicks and Specks.
What else? Any other names on the whiteboard?
Spicks and Specks was one of mine.
Was that one of yours?
The panel. They rang me up. What should we call this show? They all sit around and said, you know what? Just, Rob, cut to the chase, Sano.
Yeah.
Let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
4 people talking. They said, we'll call you back. It's 5 people. Yeah. No, see, the panel is a good name because it says sort of what it is.
Yeah.
Whereas Spicks and Specks, that's one of those nonsensical names, isn't it?
But then again, the show the name becomes the show. Yes. The show becomes the name.
But I like it. I don't mind a name that tells you what the show is. Like, Would I Lie to You? I reckon that's a good name.
Well, what about the TV sitcoms that gave you the whole premise and they sing the premise?
Yes.
Here's a story of a lovely lady As I was bringing up three very lovely girls.
You do love it when people get the name wrong of shows you're on. Like, I was at the chicken shop just down the road here with the one Sam Pang, and this guy comes up. Mate, I love that show you're on every Monday night. And Pang, of course, goes, oh, yeah? Yeah, you know, that show you're on. No, what show's that? Oh, you know. And you see the guy's eyes panicking. He goes, what's been happening this week?
Yeah, I'd like come up to me once. He goes, "You're the guy from the Connolly." The what? The Connolly. You mean the comedy company? Or whatever.
Yeah.
Shouldn't make fun of speech impediments. It's not fair.
Comedy. Anyway, what are the topics, Sam?
Witches and graffiti.
Oh, is two outlawish things? You know, you got to say they're a little bit on the edge.
I wonder if it's a modern day witch or it's the witchy witches, the real witches.
The old witch.
So there was a time, witches. Hang on, there was a time when witches were real, and now there are people who just call themselves witches. Wasn't there a time when witches were? Yeah,
and they were hunted, like in the. Not unfortunately, I had to read The Crucible recently because my son was doing in VCE, and I had to tutor him. Crucible, and that's
Did
about.
You write his essays as well?
Almost.
A friend of mine used to do that.
Oh, I couldn't go to the exam.
Yeah, well, he used to do their artwork for them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like you can't do that.
I know my partner's right into art and stuff, and so she often helps with the projects, and she made some very good projects for like year 10. And then she would say to her son or daughter, "What mark did we get?"
Yeah,
and you always got an A.
Wow.
She always got an A when she did help them.
When I was in year 10 doing art, my brother was doing year 12 art, and I looked under his bed and he had all his year 12 art that had already handed in. I went, if I just grab that one there and write my name on the bottom.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I used to do a joke about that, actually.
What's the joke?
Oh, I can't
Can you remember?
If
you remember by the end.
Something about Monet.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
right. My dad used to work at the art gallery. Yes. For my final art exam, I handed in Monet's water lilies. I only got a C-.
Do better.
Yeah. So, people, men or women. Women or men.
Witches.
More likely, if you looked up the percentages.
Well, in history, it's more women, but there are male witches, absolutely.
Would there be any witches in Australia right now?
Yeah, in the census, how people always declare their religion. You have to put your religion. Yeah. And as a joke, we put Jedi or whatever. The Star Wars was hilarious. Yeah. And witches came up. There was like 10,000 of them. People
say they would call they.
Well, there were people studying. They call themselves pagan, which is a form of witchcraft. Is it some sort of witchcraft?
Yeah.
And there were like about 10,000 witches in Australia.
So there were people getting together, doing potions and stuff.
Yeah. And doing. And remember, there was a girl from Def FX, the band. She's good, attractive, blonde. She was a witch. She was a famous witch, and she would talk about her witchcraft and stuff. You probably don't remember Def FX. They had a few hits in the 90s.
But you did have one would have a habit of saying, "Oh, that lady up the road, she's a
bit of a witch,"
or my auntie, she's a bit of a witch. So what's the cliche? It's an ugly thing with warts on the end of your nose.
Had the broomstick,
pointy hat.
Where's your broomstick? That kind of thing.
I was reading the other day about why they flew on broomsticks.
Yeah, why is that?
It was something to do with they used to create ointment, and then they'd rub it all over their naked bodies, and they would also have to rub it on their women's parts.
What?
Oh, why was
with their broom?
Yeah, and it gave them a floating sensation.
Oh, God.
Now, why would they put the broom between their legs?
Oh, okay. So sexual. Bit sexual. The witch is ringing to tell us.
Oh, that's a sign. That's a sign that witches are real.
The Wiccan. The witches. Well, what are the famous witches in... There was the witches in The Wizard of Oz. There was the good witch and the bad witch, wasn't there?
Oh, yes. Was there?
Yeah, the bad witch got crushed by the house. And have you seen Wicked, the Wizard of Oz spin-off musical?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
I'm going to go pick up the phone and hang it up again.
Stopped.
Have
you seen Wicked?
Yeah, but I don't remember it.
Okay, it's about the witches. I haven't seen it. Oh, what about The Witches of Eastwick? That was a good movie.
Yeah, run it past me.
I can't remember who was in it.
Yeah, remember it was good. Was it Cher? No.
I think Cher was in The Witches of Eastwick, yes.
Yeah.
We need Ross.
What's Narnia?
No, Narnia is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh, is that wrong? Is that nothing to do with
No,
the
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And so remember...
Oh, sorry, you said it. Well, I'm stupid.
So remember the girl, the
Lion,
kids?
the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
That's a great book.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe was the original name. Then it changed to Narnia, yeah?
No, Narnia's the land they go into. I think there's the Narnia Chronicles, which is the follow-up book. Yeah, no, I love The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe as a kid.
What's that story?
So the kid has a wardrobe and he goes into it and there's a magical world where there's a lion and there's a witch and
it's in the wardrobe.
It's in the wardrobe. Yeah.
Not bad.
The great man, Brad Oakes, used to do a great joke where he used to say his girlfriend woke him up one day and said, "You're snoring so bad that a lion came out of that wardrobe and told you to settle down." I love it because it's the Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe joke.
So what are the classic things if I'm a witch? I will turn you into a frog.
A toad?
A toad.
A toad?
They can make bad things happen to you. They put a spell on you.
They put a spell on you.
So in other words, we could probably, if I was to put it in my phone now, I need a witch to put a spell on someone. We could probably get for $100, you'd probably get a spell put on.
Ooh. Remember they have Macbeth have the witches, don't they? In Macbeth, there's the witches. There's the witches scenes in Macbeth where they're putting spells and stuff.
Shakespeare's ahead of his time with his reference to,
witches.
Do you know how they used to test whether you're a witch?
No. Rat test?
No.
Blood
they
test?
would. What would they do?
Poke you with a thing?
No, they would put you in the water.
Oh God.
And if you if you drowned, you're a witch.
Oh God.
And if you floated, you were a witch. I think it was it was a loss.
When you read about the witch hunts in Salem, it's just horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Horrific.
I mean, burned at the stake.
Yeah.
Witches were burned at the stake, weren't they? You're a witch. I'm not a witch. You are a witch. We're gonna. Oh, horrible.
Hansel and Gretel. That was a witch.
What was
she was a witch. What about something?
Goldilocks. That was Wolf.
The wolf. The wolf.
Sorry. Yeah,
What about Sabrina the Teenage Witch? Did you ever watch that show?
Pretty good. No, but that was a pretty good show.
With the cat. With the cat was very funny. Yeah. Anyone who grew up in the 90s would have seen Sabrina and the Teenage Witch.
Okay, I will sing the theme.
Because Sabrina was the original show, though.
Oh, okay.
The 60s that was 60s Sabrina. Was she a witch? Yeah, she was a witch, wasn't she?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember it.
Okay, what's the theme?
I'll sing the theme, and I reckon you will get it. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Classic 4:30 in the afternoon for our generation. Ba-num, 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 bum, bum, ba-num, ba-num,
no.
ba-num, ba-num, bum, bum, ba-num.
I Dream of Jeannie.
Oh, jeez, I'm good.
Oh, got it.
Elizabeth Montgomery.
Hogan's Heroes.
Hogan's Heroes, correct.
I
reckon that was.
Is that Sabrina?
No.
What's it called?
Well, it's in the topic. Bewitched.
Oh, it's Bewitched. Yeah, I used to like that show.
I would love to hear that theme. Maybe can we go out on that theme today?
Oh, we can hear it in the thinking music or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
or whatever.
Good. Yeah.
So Bewitched was a show about
a woman who was a witch
who lived just in a normal suburban house.
And I think she used to try and be normal but couldn't help herself.
That's right. You know what? I get it mixed up with I Dream of Jeannie.
Me too. Maybe that was the bida bing.
No. Who used to wiggle their nose?
That was Bewitched.
That was Bewitched, wasn't it?
But what's her name? Dream of Jeannie would put her arms up, like fold her arms and go, and then
that's right.
Put her head down. And
they must have been developed at the same time. Those shows. They're doing a bloody witch over at NBC. Oh, well, what can we do?
Yeah,
I know a genie.
We were telling someone the other day about the original Addams Family and how good it was. The TV show, how good it was. How the casting was, because there's a thing out now called Wednesday.
Yes.
Which is from the Addams Family.
Absolutely.
And I'm not sure, it seems like it's quite popular.
Yeah.
But the original TV show, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was really. It was like watching Monty Python. It was kind of really
good.
off the rails. Okay. What else can we say?
Should we do graffiti?
All right, let's do graffiti.
What's that? Can you think of any famous bits of graffiti?
Well,
off the top of your head?
That's just a leading question. I think you're lobbing to your own forehand.
Well, no, I was just thinking the classic one was the football one in Hawthorn. You know, when they had that. They put
what would you do
if Jesus came to Hawthorn?
Yes,
and then someone
move Hudson to
Peter Hudson to centre half forward.
Is that graffiti? I guess
because
it is.
What happened was that those churches put up those little messages, and then someone with spray paint or whatever underneath wrote it.
So that is...
And for people who don't know, Peter Hudson was a legendary Hawthorn AFL player.
Yeah.
So the joke is, what if Jesus came to Hawthorn? Oh, I'd move Peter Hudson to half forward or whatever.
Yeah. So what is graffiti? It's a way of making a political statement?
Sometimes,
publicly.
Or a statement of a band or something you like. We used to do graffiti when we were teenagers.
Where did it start, though? Egyptians, Greeks?
Cavemen? Cave people?
I guess, when you think of the Aboriginal art, is that...
graffiti is looks very intricate graffiti.
Yeah, it's very, very good. And would they have had spray cans back then?
No.
It is trying to make a statement, but this is where I get confused because I go, you're not making a statement, you're just making a mess.
Oh, very good, Dad. Well, yeah, back in the day, you'd see Free Nelson Mandela, sack Malcolm Fraser.
And you don't mind a little bit, or there'd be some political leader and they put a Hitler mustache on them.
Always funny.
Yeah,
always funny.
So you could, I guess there is a place for that. What I don't understand is what are you trying to do with tagging? Are you just trying to say, I've been here? It's like a dog pissing on a tree.
Yeah, tagging's a bit annoying.
It's annoying.
It's annoying. But we used to do graffiti when we were kids.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, for a bit of a laugh.
What would you do it on? Like a fence?
Always along the railway line, because there were a lot of brick walls along the railway line, and it was you wouldn't get caught. Like,
We were down the railway line one time at night, and we chucked some rocks at a train.
Yeah, we did that as kids.
And then we went back, walked up to the next street, and the police were there.
No.
It was a stupid thing to do. And then we went home, and we went all a bit pale, I think. And one of my cousins said, because we had a party back at our place, one of my cousins said, "Oh, you look like you've been picked up by the police." And we went, "How did you know?"
Yeah,
You come home with a tail between your legs.
Put the fear of God into you.
Yeah.
But we used to write bands we liked, like on the...
Oh, that's good. So it's a form of advertising, isn't it?
Like the Clash or whoever we liked back in the day. Some Australian bands like No Nonsense.
We have a laneway that we call the Death Laneway, just because it's to make it spooky. But someone has written on the back fence the C word with an S on the end.
Oh.
So, and I said to Selena, that's where the live. That's where they know.
Well, we got to the stage of our graffiti that we'd make it personal about some of our friends. Like, so there was a rumour that this guy we used to hang out with, Wang, that was his nickname.
Made it personal.
Yeah, Wang. That he was kind of little in stature, and he told someone that he had to go to a doctor and wee in a bottle because he was to find out why he was so little. And so someone of us graffiti, Wang pisses in bottles.
That's not a bad, because I'm not sure what it means, but
well, it would mean nothing to like 99% of the people.
Yeah. Now they're legal. They're illegal. The ones
in the city.
In the city, and was it not? Was a Banksy painted over?
Melbourne. Oh, Banksy was painted over. He's a graffiti artist, isn't he?
Yeah.
You'd have to say.
No, but what is the difference between a graffiti and a stencil? He's a stencil guy, isn't he? Is it all stencil?
I don't know. I just know there's a comedian, I can't remember his name, who's friends with Banksy. He knows Banksy.
And he was at a party or something? And he was there? Didn't he say, do you realise you're in a room with Banksy?
Yeah.
And I can't tell you which one it is?
Yeah. But also he was struggling for money, and Banksy said, "Oh, bloody hell, here's a painting," and let him have a painting. And
that's a great story.
Yeah, he sold it for money because he's a struggling comedian.
Does Banksy do paintings as well as graffiti?
You can buy a Banksy, I think. You can buy a Banksy, can't you?
So if we Google now, want to buy a Banksy, and it'd be I wonder if he's listening to this show.
Probably.
He probably does. He likes to keep in touch.
Yeah, if graffiti comes up on his Google word alert, he's like, "Who are these guys?"
So if we say Banksy,
he'll be listening.
He'll come up in a Google alert. Yeah. Well, anyway, love your work.
Graffiti used to be funny back in the day, didn't it? It would make you laugh a bit of. So, for example, where we used to live in Mitcham, there was a railway bridge, right, at Cochrane Street, and on it had the official government painting slogan.
Yep.
It had "Toot Toot, beware trains above." Now, I don't know who that. It was a massive sign painted on the side of the bridge.
Gotta say, quite like it.
"Toot Toot, beware trains above."
Yeah, I love when you state the obvious.
What do you think someone changed it to? Root. Made me laugh every time I walked past it as a kid. Look at that.
Root, trains above. Because that was the thing with the Red Rooster, wasn't it?
Where the S went. Yeah.
What was it?
Red Rooter. Get red.
Is Philadelphia famous for graffiti? I think it is.
Oh, is it?
I think that was like in the 60s when it was like that it was kind of like the starting of the modern day. See, nowadays if I wanted to become a graffiti artist, I'd have to go to Bunnings and buy some
paint.
I
remember when we bought paint, the hardware shop guy really interrogated us when we were teenagers. Yeah.
Didn't I have an idea for a product? I think I did. It was something to do with not being able to... Oh, I know what it was. You can only have spray cans that shoot wide.
Ah, good idea.
Because it's the ones that shoot narrow that you can write stuff, but it's only shoot wide, which means it'll probably get all over the joint.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. I mean, it's so easy to get the tools.
Yeah, it is.
And it gets on there so quickly. Have you said that? You drive down the road and you go, you climbed up there, over there, up
I
there.
know.
And surely...
On railway bridges and stuff.
Yeah.
To just write their name.
If you saw someone doing graffiti that you didn't like, would you report them?
Hey. What are you doing?
You're a bit of a reporter. You've come out in your pajamas out the front with the police and you helped the police. Weren't you eating a bit of toast or something? No.
Vigilante.
You're a vigilante. You reported the guy in the school.
Well, yeah, we don't know what happened there.
I had a gang in my backyard, and I walked out in my underpants. I'm not in my boxers. I said, "What's going on here?" And Slendy goes, "What are you get back inside?"
Well, that's the thing. If they've got a knife or they're drunk,
no,
or
those
drugs.
guys were scared. They goes, "We're scared. We're being chased by another gang, and we jumped your fence." Well, you're going out this way, fellas. Out you go.
And they said, "Hang on, Russell Coit's here. I'll put the hat on and take them on, boys." That'll be funny. I'm just thinking of another funny bit of graffiti when I was a kid. I think my brother did it. It was on the railway station for ages. My older brother. Yeah. It had Mitcham, the town of action. Ha ha. That made us laugh too. That one.
Well, that's good.
Bit of localised graffiti.
It's sarcasm, is it?
Yeah, it's sarcasm.
Yeah. Well, if I was to say to you now, here's a can, would you go and do something?
No.
Neither would I. No. Would you do something in a public accepted arena?
Yeah, but my artworks wouldn't be very good.
Yeah.
If you could think of something funny to...
Yeah, what would I might do it.
Like on your front fence, I could put pedo as a bit of a joke.
Well, we did that, didn't we? We talked about that on this show. I had to paint the back.
That's right. You had
I had to paint the fence. I drew dick and balls and then painted over it, and they could still see the dick and balls coming through because the first can was had sheen on it.
Yeah.
And the second was flat, so the sheen of the dick and balls is still coming through. And
well, should we have some thinking music? Let's have some thinking music.
We could have the theme from Bewitched. We could have a theme. We could have the trailer from all those movies you were talking about.
Yeah, sure.
Or we could. The
witches of this week. Why don't we do a make believe? Because there are so many witches in Australia now. Let's, and there's male witches.
Yeah.
I'll be a divorced guy, because when you're divorced, you have a midlife crisis sometimes. Yeah. I've discovered witchcraft.
Who am I?
You're one of my best mates who's come over to see how I'm doing, but you've also, I know. I think you've got some sort of issue with me.
Yeah, okay. Just stop tape.
Okay,
stop tape there.
Dling. Coming. Oh, g'day, Glenn. How are you, mate?
Do you mind if I come in? Yeah, g'day, Dave. Look, I'm a good bloke, and I just
thanks for coming by.
I
haven't seen you since the divorce.
No, I haven't seen you since the divorce, and I just thought, you might be a bit glum, and I thought I would drop around. I just want to tell you a couple of things, and and see if you're doing all right, and what have you been up to, and
sure,
what do you if you joined a golf club, what are you playing tennis or
what are you doing? Well, I tried the Freemasons and the Lions Club, but
that's a good thing.
I built a playground, but it didn't really do it for me.
Yeah,
so I've become like a male witch. Yeah, I'm a male witch now. I'm like a warlock.
Hang on a second.
Oh, man, it's great. It's great because there's mainly women in the coven. So I go and I hang out with these women. And Tabitha, and some of them are hot. Like Tabitha, she's got a wart on her nose, but they're attractive women.
So, you're a male witch?
And
that means you...
Hang on, I've got to stir the cauldron. Hang on a sec.
What is that thing?
That's my cauldron.
Right.
That's where my cauldron, where I make spells and stuff and potions.
What are all those bottles on the wall?
Yeah, we've got like rat whiskers and sage and all sorts of stuff. Goat hair, goat fur, some vanilla essence, just to make it smell a bit nicer.
Have you got anything for erectile dysfunction?
I could do a spell for you.
Oh, not for me, for a friend of mine. Oh,
but I do. Yeah, okay. I could easily do a potion. Would you like to take my erectile dysfunction potion with you?
I'll take it with me. And
that's blue like a Viagra too. So that will work. That will work. Just take it on a full moon. Yeah.
Oh, full moon.
You have to be nude in the backyard,
nude
and howling at the full moon.
Yeah.
Take that.
Yep.
And say Excalibur. Erector Mocius.
Right.
Erector Mocius.
Thank you for that. Just one thing.
Hang on, I've got to feed the cat. This is
to the dog?
No, this is my black cat.
Oh, because I thought if you're a witch, you do weird shit like that.
No. I've got the black cat. And I've got my array of brooms up there.
Oh, yeah.
Wands. I've got some wands.
Yeah. Could you, if you wanted to, I'm just thinking...
Put a spell on someone?
And really hurt them?
Yeah. Is there someone that annoys you?
No.
What about Gary? You know Gary who often parks his car... You used to complain about the guy at work.
Yeah,
was it Gary?
Gary used to park in my spot. Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
I'll put a
and then he'd
spell
laugh
on
at
him.
me. But, oh, yeah?
Yeah.
When will he get it? Is it like
immediately
3 business days, or is it?
No, it's immediately. I'll go to here we go. Hocus pocus, zimzalabim, Gary's car, be gone, 4 flat tires. He's got 4 flat tires right now. I've just done a spell. Right. I learned that at my second COVID meeting, and my second witch meeting,
So And could you hurt someone physically? Could you like make them die?
Not die, but make them very sick as a witch. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I also do positive things too. Witchcraft's not about just negative stuff.
Oh,
it's also positive. I've already given you the erectile dysfunction for your friend, so
it's in my pocket, and I've got to say.
Anyway, I've got to get to a meeting. I've got my broomstick there ready to go.
Yeah, I've got to go as well.
Did you want to talk to me about something else, or have you seen Jenny, my ex-wife? Have you seen her? Or?
Jenny, look, I'm just going to open the front. I'm just going to let in a bit of fresh air.
Okay, because there's a bit
fresh
windy in here.
And I will. I'm going to say what the other thing is as I stand at the open door.
Okay.
So I'm at the open door.
Right.
I'm sleeping with Jenny.
What the hell?
See ya!
Sleep with my ex-wife, you dirty dog. I'm going to put a spell on you.
Ow!
Excalibur, zimzalabim, hocus pocus.
Hey! What's that? The broomstick stuck right up my eyes. Get it out!
No, that's the first stage. The next stage, you're transforming into a... Oh, he's shrinking. He's getting green. Are you there, Glenn? He's a toad, everyone.
Yeah. This is a good... it's a bedtime story. It's a bedtime story for the kids.
Imagine that guy and his flat.
I got to say...
Divorced.
I was trying to wrap that little bit up, but you were loving me. Every time I tried to wrap it up, because I think I know what we'll do here. I'll be sleeping with your ex-wife, and you just love being a witch.
Well, okay, what is your guess?
I'm going to say that the witches used to put spells on walls for political figures, and so the witches were the first graffiti artists.
Oh, I was going to say that. Maybe people use graffiti to ward off the witches.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that was a thing. Oh, okay, well, Sam, what is the answer?
Usually scribed onto stone or woodwork near a building's entrance points, apotropaic graffiti, also known as witch marks and ritual marks, were used to protect the individual who created it or the area into which they inscribed the marking. The markings were also respected. They weren't drawn over or disregarded. Instead, they were added to and redone, particularly doorways, windows and fireplaces, to protect inhabitants and visitors from witches and evil spirits. They date back to times when belief in witchcraft and the supernatural was widespread.
Oh, there you go.
You have been listening to Somehow Related with Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
So, do you reckon in another life you would like to
be a witch?
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, I mean, I enjoyed it in that make-believe, being a witch.
Because, because they have more power than your average person.
They're like a local councillor, but with powers, aren't they? You know what I mean? Like,
have you ever been part of a witch hunt?
No, I hope not.
But that term refers to looking for witches, and it also looks like you're also looking to bring someone down in your own terms.
Oh, maybe on Twitter, but no.
That's what I'm saying. That's what a witch hunt is, isn't it?
Witch hunts are terrible.
Yeah.
I
even if they're not guilty about it,
yeah,
it becomes a witch hunt.
But even if they are guilty, it's still bad. It's still nasty. I don't like it.
Okay, you're a good male witch. Could you? This is good. We can make a bit of statement here. Could you put a spell on Australia for good?
Oh, for the good purposes?
Yes.
Maybe.
What would you put in it?
In the spell?
Yeah. Oh no. What would the outcome of the spell be?
Oh, okay. So make everyone be nice to people or something like that.
That's a kindness spell.
Everyone wear sunscreen.
Everyone wear sunscreen. That's good. That the global warming would subside.
Oh, yeah, right. Everyone uptake electric cars.
Yeah.
Except where's the electricity come from? I don't know. Maybe the witches can make that as well.
Yeah.
Should we hear the theme of Bewitched? That would be good to hear it. We could go out on that.
I just hope it is. Barnum, Barnum. And there was no words to tell you what the show was about.
No, I'll keep singing and we'll bring it up.
I just reckon if you're an older member of the audience, you will love hearing this because it'll take you all the way back to a lying on the floor watching the TV at 4:30 in the afternoon.
You start it. Go.
Barnum, Barnum, Barnum.
There you go.